We are back in the building. These every time Live Hip Hop Daily presents Sideline Stories. Got a lot of good dialogue jumping off, a lot of great things to talk about. We're going to stick to one more thing in the NFL because during week 4, it's a lot of interesting things that are jumping off. But one thing that's kind of caught my eye is what's going on down in Tampa. Now, we've seen Ryan Fitzpatrick become Ryan Fitzmagic over the last 3 games. And he's actually made NFL history, becoming the first quarterback ever to have 3 straight games where he's passed for over 400 yards. However, in the last game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they did suffer their first loss of the season. They had a great opportunity to come back and win the game and have a record of 3-0. But right now, they're 2-1 as they move into this week's upcoming matchup against the Chicago Bears. Their franchise quarterback, Florida State Seminoles great Jameis Winston.
I saw you slid in.
I heard you say great there. Okay, that's cool.
I'm just trying to let our audience know, for those who may not know about the national champion, Florida State Seminole great quarterback that is Jameis Winston.
Didn't he steal some crab legs or something?
No. That's somebody else. That's somebody else.
Yeah, y'all strong, right? Y'all strong, right?
Real strong.
We real strong right now.
Listen, if you gonna do it big then.
I'd steal some crab legs right now.
We don't know who's going to be the starter in Tampa Bay. Now, their head coach, Dirk Cutter, let it be known that he did let the 2 quarterbacks know who's going to be the starter, whether it's Ryan Fitzpatrick or Jameis Winston, but they don't want the media to know right now so that the Chicago Bears don't have something to game plan against.
That's smart.
Very smart, very smart. Now, me, myself, even being a Jameis fan, to keep it all the way honest with you, I would let Ryan Fitzpatrick go out there this week and he's earned the right to be the starter. Jameis messed up. He had incidents off the field that got him suspended and he wasn't able to start the season. But they look like a totally different team as of now. Out there, we see Deshaun Jackson getting the ball. He's loving that, of course. Mike Evans is getting the ball. We see Goodwin getting the ball. Yeah, shout out. I got Mike in fantasy. Shout out to that. OJ. I picked up your Alabama boy, OJ.
Yeah, I knew Alabama gonna show
in fantasy as well. Phil, this one I'll start off with you. Jameis Winston, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Who do you believe should be the starter this week 4, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Chicago Bears?
Fitzpatrick. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The loss last week, I credit to the defense. So, yeah, let him keep going. Don't get in his head. Let him build the confidence. Let the team stay confident around him. At the same time, Jameis is the franchise. So, but that could change.
This is last year.
Yeah. So, I think Fitzpatrick's going to get the start. I saw something on the internet. His son drafted Fitzpatrick to his team. And he was like, "Hey, Dad, should I start you this week?" And he's like, "I'm not telling you, son." So.
That's dope. How you feeling, Craig? That's dope.
If it's me, I'm starting Fitzpatrick, and I think that's what the organization wants. If you come out and you say, "We don't know," and you have a franchise quarterback, that means you know. Yeah. You're going with the guy who is probably not your franchise quarterback. So, but me personally, I'll go with Fitzpatrick. He's put the numbers up. He's put you in position to win every game. So why would you go against that? Eventually he's probably gonna come back to earth.
Yeah, there were a few turnovers last week as well.
Everything averages out, but until then, I think you ride the hot hand.
I just think Cutter feels comfortable with Fitzpatrick. Or Fitztragic in a few weeks. But I just think he feels comfortable with him, man. You could tell in his press conference, he gave him the name. Fitzmagic is back. We're going to see, this is a very telling time for Jameis. How does he handle this situation? Mm-hmm. Can he mentally understand that I can be back up? And when my turn comes, and it will come again, will I be ready to step in and do what I need to do? Because all eyes on Jameis. Even if he don't sign with Tampa Bay next year, are you willing to put money in him as a franchise quarterback? And I think this situation, all these off-the-field stuff, now what happens when you're not the guy and you having to sit for a little while? Is he going to be the guy when it's his time comes, the beard's going to get too thick or something's going to happen? Will he be ready to step in and take this team? Tampa Bay needs to know that. They need to know now, Jameis, are you our guy or do we need to start looking again? So I think you go Fitzmagic, 400 yards 3 games straight. That's crazy. Even though he did show some signs last week. But he was bringing the comeback. But what happens, how will Jameis act with the media? How will he act? Will determine everything about is he still their franchise quarterback.
So I think that you got to, I guess, still go with Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's sad. Ryan Fitzpatrick out here balling. But that's another story. But but no, I mean, you got a rather high hand. But I think this like you said, is big for Jameis. Like, because when's the last time he really had to sit down and has to watch?
Yeah, when the last he probably had.
When he was suspended at Florida State for 1 game.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
He
Still acting ass.
he was out there suspended for that 1 game. So
Yeah, he doesn't know how to sit down.
So this is like, you know what I'm saying?
He been the guy.
So he's been the man.
Like an overactive child.
Yeah, EJ Emmanuel, all them. So he had to sit there and actually watch. So now you got to feel like that's your time to be a professional. So you got to sit there, you know what I'm saying, do all the hand signals and all the clipboard watching. Because like we all said, we all know, the world knows that Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be back to Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going that second quarter, that second, third, middle third quarter, that was the real Ryan Fitzpatrick. Okay, so it's bound to happen. So
Back up for a reason.
you're a backup for a reason. So James, you know what I'm saying, just wait in the wings, just, you know, act professional, do the right things, don't do anything stupid, do your off time, and then, you know what I'm saying, once your chance comes, ball out. That's all you gotta do. And then, you know what I'm saying, you get good graces with the organization again, so they give you that bag. That's what you want. So you prove yourself being a franchise quarterback.
Talking about $20 million online with Jameis.
Yeah. And he's
Bro, you
a young
better get in line
kid.
quick.
You're only 23,
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, he's a
15, 20
kid.
versus 5, which is backup money.
Yeah.
You need to get yourself together, man. Get that second contract. That's all I'll be. If I was an agent, bro, it's about second contract right now.
Yeah.
I need you to be Mr.
Yeah.
I need you to be Kent Bazemore of the Bucs out there. I need you in the community. I need you doing everything.
You need to
we
be-
talking second contract
You
right
need to be
now.
the man of the people right now.
Listen,
you need to
Get
be
your
up
butt
there.
out there and tell them and do some things.
You need to be the man of the people.
All he has to do right now is just be supportive of Ryan
Be the guy,
Fitzpatrick.
just be.
You know,
Just be a good teammate.
I came out today, but saying, you know, I don't know, you know, say I'm here. Let me get to my first day, like you said. You know, say be good with the media. Be good with the media. You know, say they start to write good presses about you.
Exactly.
Do all those things. You know, saying stuff that you want to hear. Then your owners gonna be like, okay, we see him. The coach gonna start seeing him doing work in the off in practice, and it's gonna be a matter of time for you to get a chance.
All they want to see is growth from him.
Growth, so you stop doing the same stupid
If he,
stuff.
He's not a kid anymore.
You're a kid.
Yeah,
he's not a
You're
kid.
a dad now, so
Hey, you're a
that's
grown
changing
man
things.
with grown man money. We need you to make grown man
But
decisions.
we cut this chick.
We need to know you're gonna be here.
Before you get this 100, you got. To be honest, you really got a blank check.
He's
sitting on
talking
the-
9 figures.
He has a blank check sitting waiting on. That's all you got.
You see what Kirk Cousins' contract was like?
And you better than Kirk Cousins, I think. You know, I think
Man, barely.
it's not hard to be better than Kirk Cousins. I mean, you should think better than Florida State.
Nah, I want Jamie to stay in Tampa Bay. I think that's the best fit for him. But he gotta act like a man. Like he gotta all the childish stuff. You know, like the Uber situation was unfortunate for the young lady, and he should have never even put himself in
That's
that
stupid.
situation. You're a grown ass man, as you mentioned, with NFL money. You need to make grown man decisions. You know, like it's a time and a place for everything, and that damn sure was not the time nor
nor
the
the
place.
place.
You know, like so it's like. However, you know, I do still feel like by a mile, Winston is a better quarterback than Fitzpatrick, and I think this will have an opportunity. I honestly hope. What I'm hoping is that he was able to sit at home, watch these games, and understand how to utilize his receivers better. Because I do believe we've seen a better Mike Evans under this Fitzpatrick stretch. I do believe we've seen a better Deshaun Jackson in the Tampa Bay uniform under the Fitzpatrick stretch. So I hope that Jameis Winston is monitored to that, and he realizes what he needs to do as a quarterback whenever the starting job comes. Now they have a bye during week 5, so he could become the starter week 6, and I honestly do think the Chicago Bears defense will be the toughest defense that Fitzpatrick has seen during this run. So I mean, shit, he could be Fitzpatrick could end up benched. You know, if as we say, we all believe that he should be the starter, and James be out there for the second half of the game on Sunday. But I hope this was a huge lesson for James. I don't want to see James out the league, and he doesn't have too many more chances left. You know, there's not too many more chances, and there's not too many organizations that need a quarterback.
He could really use this to his benefit, though. I feel like kind of what y'all were saying. If he shows that he used this time to kind of look inside of himself and turn, I mean, he's got $60 million, $70 million that he's screwing around with right now.
Guaranteed.
It's just like, man, come out, be positive, because you don't want Fitzpatrick, you don't want Winston getting the starting job down the road and Fitzpatrick second guessing him all the time. Yeah. What goes around comes around. And so you want that support system there. You want them both on the same page. I saw something Fitzpatrick said. He wants an open line of communication. So, you know, I think that's a good situation for coming from a bad situation.
I dig it. If Jameis doesn't end up getting his act together, we might see him as a Dallas Cowboy next year.
Upgrade.
But
That would be good.
I'm gonna move on to the PGA for a moment and speak on Tiger Woods because it's been a great week for Tiger Woods. He was recently down here in Atlanta at Eastlake, and we had a gentleman who was actually out there getting all the action and covering all the action. So, Emmanuel, talk to me about what you saw this past week as the PGA finales came, the Tour Championships came to Eastlake. And what I want to know from all of you gentlemen when we open the floor is, do you feel like golf is back now? It's just one win for Tiger, one win out of the last 5 years, but it's golf back. Talk to us about your experience and what you saw out there.
Two things I noticed. One, golf got a lot of money. There's a lot of money in golf. When you can pay $10 million to one guy to win the FedEx Cup and 1.6 to another guy to win the tournament championship, that's a lot in it. But I've never been around their greats. There's Jordan, there's Serena. I haven't been around it. Tiger has it. And it was something that when I had a chance to first interview him, everything he does is with a purpose. He answers every question. I got a chance to answer the question. I kind of freaked out a little bit because I was like, hey, you answered my question. Yeah, that's good. But his aura is different. Tiger also outworks everybody out there. When everybody came to the course, they already were in their doctors and Tiger's in the training room. He trains for an hour before the match. So he comes out in a full sweat, ready to go, takes a shower, and before he gets out there, he's in the putting green.
That's cool.
That's before he even starts. He's working out an hours before. Come out for. But you can't. When we was able to sit there on there, his golf needs him, and they need him bad.
Yeah.
I mean, ratings out of the roof. I mean, Sports Center led off on an NFL weekend
on
with
Sunday night with Tiger.
Yeah. You start. That's how much he means to the sport, and the fans know it. I mean, just to see 18 when he was walking down the wind, and it looked like Outkast when they was talking about 1, 2, and they ran out of the studio. That's how it looked. And I saw the biggest thing I tell everybody what freaked me out is when state patrols were running up the hill to stop the crowd because they couldn't do nothing with it. And he comes down and he knows it, he feels it. The Tiger walk is different. He walked to first. Every day I would take a picture of him walking into the first tee, and it was the same thing. People screaming. It's like a rock star. Like I said, I've never been around Jordan. I've never been around these guys, but and I know you've been around some big guys, but
nah, not that big though.
He's everything. So I ain't gonna lie. The last thing when he walked out, he shook my hand. I was like this. I was like this. Don't touch me for a while. I was dapping everybody left hand down. Yeah. But he brings a different aura, and I think about it. And when he told the young man who was from Drew Charter, and he asked him, Tiger, what would you tell a student athlete about how to have success? He gave him 2 words: hard work.
That's awesome.
And we heard Allen Iverson for years about the practice. What about practice? Tiger said he practices so hard that he knows if he has a good practice, there's nothing you can do to him out there on the course.
Still the mentality.
So do you feel like golf is back with Tiger's latest victory?
I think yes. The Davis Cup is going to be ridiculous this weekend. The Ryder Cup, I'm sorry. Davis is tennis. The Ryder's. The rating's going to be great because they just coming off a victory in Atlanta with Tiger. So now you're going to watch to see what the USA do.
A dominant victory.
Yeah. And now you're going to say, okay, Tiger's back. Here's who we're really excited. Augusta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Augusta's like, oh my God.
Yeah, don't let him win it either.
It's gonna be, if he has a chance to win in Augusta, it's ridiculous, man.
What are your thoughts?
I ain't gonna lie to you. My thoughts with golf is like, cheater. I don't really watch golf like that. But I mean, like you said, I don't understand. I can't score it. But I mean, everybody knows Tiger is, and like you said, Sports Center leading off with Tiger on a Sunday after all the games that happen, and you leading off with golf. I mean, the casual person not gonna sit there and watch golf or even care about golf, but everybody knows Tiger is. So it's like Tiger. Let me see what Tiger did. If you say the first win in 5 years, like that's big because first win in that long, and you still the main guy in a sport, and you haven't done anything in 5 years. Like I don't think too many people can have that kind of status, I guess. And like you said, he's a rock star.
And you know what else happened? Justin Rose, Roy McIlroy. Because now they know the purse is going to be bigger. This crowd's going to be looking at them. Now they can go and demand more money from this because now you're going to be on TV. Roy McIlroy, he walked by me and I said, "You ready for the day?" He was like, "Hell yeah. Even if I lose, I'm with Tiger. The crowd's following me now." So now Nike won again because both of that.
Yep.
He was right there with Tiger with his Nike swoosh. So the guys, I was one of those haters. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think he would ever win again. Now he turned me into. I think he looked at me one time like, "Really?" I just bowed my head like, "No, look, Tiger."
What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, it's back. I think the big story here is just redemption. He fell and he worked his ass off to get back to where he is, and I think that's the real story.
Right.
Also, anyone who knows anything about the Tour Championship, it's Eastlake. The story of Eastlake. I mean, that neighborhood has bounced back. So just to kind of see the Tiger fall from grace and reestablish himself as the king in Eastlake is cool because that's what the neighborhood's done.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think he's back. I want to know if golf is going to come back in terms of like the youth and video games because I remember, when I was like 17, 18, Tiger Woods was one of the biggest games out there.
Yeah.
And I literally haven't played a golf video game since he fell off.
Have they even made one since then?
Yeah, they put Roy.
So.
Yeah, they put Roy McIlroy on it.
And nobody
Nobody played it.
No. You had to play Tiger Woods golf, man. You had to get
Closest virtual golf I got is Top Golf.
Hot shots.
Yeah, I think it's back. I think it's got a chance to be healthier than ever, just because everybody loved Tiger before, and I feel like the people that didn't like him, enough times passed where they can forgive him, and then there's the people who were like, no, Tiger was just young. He's older now, and he's still dominant. So I think it gives a lot of people something to hold on to.
How you feeling about it, Craig?
Tiger is one of those people, he's a franchise in himself. And he's one of those where in different sports, you see in college football, it's like people are waiting for Texas and USC to get back. In the NFL, people root for the Dallas Cowboys, and they're just like, every year is that year. Tiger's like that. Mm-hmm. Tiger's like that, or the Yankees. Tiger is that franchise in his own right where people have been waiting for him to get back. Mm-hmm. Every time he even gets close, people are like, "Oh, is Tiger back? Oh, he
almost there."
Yeah, he looking good. He's looking good. And I think now is his time where if he comes out and has a strong showing in maybe his next 2 or 3 outings, hey,
I think the major thing is Tiger's healthy. Yeah. That's
he looks
healthy because.
And he didn't try to overswing. Like,
he wasn't trying to kill.
He never hit 300 this week. He was 290 under, and that was a big thing because he knows the back. I mean, he had his bones fused. And for all who play golf, I swing a little bit, but I come back a little sore. This guy, that's all he do. And he had his bones fused, and he was talking about, I asked him a question, did he meet his 2018 goals? He said I exceeded them. He said I was able to add tournaments. And I was like, I never thought about it like that. Because Tiger, he thought he wasn't going to make it through the Florida swing. He said I added tournaments. And that's why you see some people just do it differently. Like Serena, when she had a baby, she bounced back. She didn't win a major, but she was always in the finals. They're just different. Their mentality, they don't see what everybody else is trying to do, just not get into practice. They looking forward to practice. As much as I wasn't a Kobe Bryant fan, I couldn't destroy his work ethic. His work ethic was ridiculous. He said that's why he wanted to fight Shaq, because Shaq
wasn't working out.
Yeah, it was like
Big Mac was going to practice.
Kobe was sleeping in the gym, and it's different. And I didn't know it, and I told everybody I had on my show I apologized to Tiger mutually because I kind of like he never win one, because I didn't think he had it because of the back, because it was his back. It wasn't a knee, it was his back, and that's what golf is. And after this,
and his knee.
Look, like I was. Kind of got. I ain't afraid to say. I was a fan more than the cover this week. I was like, when he walked by, I was scared security might touch me. Hey man, I'm just saying that it's different. And if you get a chance to be around him, I'm gonna tell you about it next year. Hopefully, we get you out there with us next year, so we can just enjoy this experience. It was an experience.
I was living through you. I was
them 7 days. I was like, what Tiger had this week when he came in that Wednesday and. You know how when you and the teacher and everybody, when you in this class and you running around throwing stuff and the teacher walk in, when you walk to the press conference, yes sir, Tiger, we're here. His press conference at 9:15, he was there at 9:12. He had to tee off. He was Everything was on time. Everything was ready. He never was. It wasn't like late. He was professional. That's why I want some of these. I go back to Jameis. Be a professional and get your money, man. Quit playing around with this stuff. Quit trying to be cool. Look at the greats. They're never late.
Yeah, all on time.
They leave last. They don't leave first.
First there, last.
Listen, because everything you were just saying about Tiger, I've heard about, like you saying he works out before, he's come out in the full sweat. I'm like, that sounds like LeBron. Or I was looking at on ESPN when Kobe Bryant went and visited the Alabama team. He talked to Nick Saban. He was telling a lot of people they want to be great, but they don't want to do the work.
They're scared of it.
He said the best part about winning is all that work you put in. You see the fruition of it. He enjoys that.
What if Allen Iverson's conversation was different? Instead of him talking about practice, he'd be like, "Yeah, man, practice is very important." What if Allen Iverson would have did it? And look, in Atlanta, what if Mike Vick would have did it? Mike Vick was the last one there, first one out.
If you would have got the Philly Mike mentally in Atlanta, shit, we might have 2 rings. Straight up, we would have beat Philly.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump on that, but that.
No, you are good. You are good. I'm glad you spoke on professionals and being a professional athlete, because we're going to talk briefly about a college athlete. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing a lot of new things turn in the college realm. Of course, college athletes still aren't paid, so they're not professional. You have some that look at their scholarships as enough of a stipend. I just don't, with the billions of dollars that are being made in college football. But one story that stuck out to me this week is a story that's taking place right up the road in Clemson with their quarterback, Kelly Bryant. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Trevor Lawrence, he's a Georgia kid. Is he from the
Georgia?
From the Georgia area? Trevor Lawrence is now the new starting quarterback of the Clemson Tigers. So Kelly Bryant, who has led the team to national championship, last year, is now on the bench, and he's actually going to be leaving. He's let it be known that he's going to leave Clemson and go to another school. So my thoughts and what I want to just ask you gentlemen briefly, Kelly Bryant is on the market. There are plenty of schools that could use a dual threat quarterback. Craig, we'll start off with you right now. Where do you feel like Kelly Bryant would be a perfect fit?
Auburn. I hate to say it.
That word's coming out your mouth?
But in Gus Malzahn's offense, every time it's been successful, he's had a dual threat quarterback. Cam, Marshall. He needs that dual threat, and I think Kelly Bryant probably be perfect for it.
How you feel?
Send him down to FSU.
For what? So I guess they need somebody who can run around that offensive line.
We need somebody down there.
We good. DeAndre, you all right, baby?
No, Auburn would make sense. I didn't think about Auburn. Auburn totally would make sense, though. I really wouldn't be surprised if that's a move, because he's looking at the NFL.
Yeah, so he wants to get there.
Yeah, so he wants to go somewhere where he's going to be seen and be around talent and be coached. And as much as I hate to say it, Auburn's got that. So yeah, I could see that. You really never know. I mean, you really never know. He could end up at Tech. Well, I wouldn't say Tech, but
that wouldn't be bad though.
Yeah, but Marshall's legit. Paul Johnson's not. Yeah. So maybe not there, but I could see him staying in the ACC too.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I could see him staying in the ACC. Yeah,
I can see that.
Me personally, I think he should go to UCLA.
I heard about that. I heard that.
Get with Chip Kelly. Go with Chip
Kelly.
Kelly.
See that.
Kelly
and have an opportunity to really show that you're an NFL style quarterback. If that's what you want, we know that Chip Kelly he thrives and with dual threat quarterbacks. Excuse me. He needs some redemption already, because it's early in the college football season, but UCLA is not looking good out there. They're not looking good out there at all.
They're looking real.
Again, not his team.
Yeah, it's not his team, so he's not able to make the groceries yet. So I agree with you there. Bring over Kelly Bryant as you're continuing to make your team. You know, you'll have a quarterback who's already established, who's already been to the national championship, so he's been at almost the height.
He's been in some wars too.
And
Chip Kelly will turn that ship around.
And I mean, for my account, I think the ACC is better than the Pac-10. So you're already coming in with a cat.
That's not hard.
You're coming in with a cat.
That's not hard at all.
Who can get the job done? So I say UCLA. If not LSU, where do you say?
Ew.
I hate you, though.
I think Clemson messed up too.
Man, you know. Come on down to the SEC. I mean, SEC. I'd be mad if he come to LSU, but he probably wouldn't. But he come there, fight for that spot next year. It might be an open battle. Who knows? But Shut up.
Wherever he goes, I think he want to know before he get there though that he gonna be the starter. I don't think he's
go to Arkansas then. You got Chad Morris there. He recruited you at Clemson.
Yeah, go to Arkansas. They can't do no worse than what they got now.
Boy, I'm telling you.
But if you had to pick, I mean, dang, that's a lot of school that need quarterbacks stuff for real.
Yeah, you think about it.
I say he can go to Florida.
There's a lot of school
he can go to South Carolina. He's from South Carolina.
There's a lot of schools that need quarterbacks. Like I'm trying to think of one, but good lord. Is this where you want to play it?
Like, he won't go to South Carolina.
I mean, it's what kind of competition you want to play with. That could determine your factor too. You want to go play in the best conference?
What about Florida Atlantic?
FAU. I think that's what Jalen going.
I won't be surprised if it ends up over there. If with Lane Kiffin, yeah, the quarterback whisperer. But I mean, but what kind of competition you playing with?
And you bringing up a good point. Don't count out a school like South Florida either with Charlie Strong down there.
Yeah,
maybe you can do something with him because you look
South
at
Florida got a quarterback.
But you get a championship. The only thing I'm thinking about is he's going to be fine. He needs to get somewhere where he can play because you think about the quarterback at Baltimore now. He transferred to Delaware, University of Delaware. So he's got a chance to do some things. I like Auburn. I ain't even think about Auburn. That is an awesome thing for him. Even though they got Malik Willis, who's from Atlanta, from the Roswell area. I still like him going there with that offense and being able to do multiple things. Another school, I don't even know if they would be interested, but I can see him maybe being, reach out from Penn State.
You know, I thought about
because I think this is Trace
McSorley's last year.
And
if Franklin can get a guy like this under his wing, Penn State, they gonna fight every year.
Yeah, and James Franklin is up there recruiting.
I'm just throwing kids. I'm just throwing school because, like y'all said, there's a lot of teams that need quarterback out there. For Penn State, I know, yes. Yeah, but I'm just wondering, does he stay south and play ACC? Is he open to moving out because he is a South Carolina boy? It's a lot of open things. It's going to be interesting, but he put himself in a good position with this new 4-game redshirt rule.
He played 4 games out of there.
I think they should change that to just for underclassmen, though.
I mean, it's working for his benefit right now.
Yeah, but I think Clemson is going to feel they're going to feel the difference because you put Trevor Lawrence. He's a better.
Now you have another backup.
He's got your backup. You got a backup. Hunter Renfrow is probably your 3rd string quarterback now, but you got. They're gonna feel that as a problem because they don't play anybody for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah,
they're not. They definitely don't play anybody for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they do.
They definitely don't play nobody for the rest of the year.
They're not going to play anybody for the rest of the year, and I'm serious because their actual challenge won't be until. No, not even that. Their next challenge isn't going to be until they make the college football playoffs. And who you going to play? You're going to end up playing Alabama, Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, somebody like that. And Trevor Lawrence, quiet as it's kept, LSU not in there.
LSU's the sleeper.
Thank you.
No, LSU was just sleep.
Thank you.
Alabama, Georgia, you got
but because Trevor Lawrence, he played great against Georgia Tech and whoever else they played, but when they needed drives against Texas A&M, a team with a pulse,
it was Kelly Bryant.
Kelly Bryant had to come in and score those 2 touchdowns in the third quarter.
They would have lost that Texas A&M.
Exactly. So Trevor Lawrence, he may be good, but he's still a freshman. He's still 18 years old.
Need him. They gonna need Kelly Bryant. Well, they were gonna need him going on down the road.
So they should have kept him, at least appeased him enough to the fact where, because it may be a point where we need Jalen. Tua may get tweak something in the game. We may need him. If Trevor Lawrence gets hurt, your season's done. Now,
he should have adopted the Nick Saban effect. Had Nick kind of been,
he placated both quarterbacks.
Exactly. So you get the same thing.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see where he goes. We're gonna be wrapping up in a moment. We got one more little thing to talk about. We're gonna speak on some sports. Me and Brandon and Emmanuel, we appreciate you coming out tonight and being down with us.
Awesome,
Phil,
man.
we appreciate you coming out tonight as well, man. You're a great man. Why don't you gentlemen let our audience know where they can check you out via social media and how they can stay tuned and check out your gentlemen's shows as well.
His show bigger than mine, so I'm gonna start. Hey man, make sure you check us out, man. It's the Crush Sports Talk. It's on Monday through Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. It's on the Sensation Station Network. We also we on at Crush Sports Talk on Twitter, the Crush Sports Talk on Instagram, the Crush Sports Talk on Facebook. If you just like to see me trash, go Emmanuel _Glaze on Instagram and eGlaze57 on Twitter. Hey, man, we just try to do this thing, man. Just having fun out here in the ATL streets, man. So just check out. Our motto is we're the dopest sports show on radio. So come and check us out.
We're at Tug and Phil. Mind your business. You can check us out on 680thefan.com. You can find everything from there. Just go follow Eldorado and you can find all my socials.
Eldorado.
We'll be right back. We're going to wrap up the show in a second. Me and Brandon are going to talk a little sneaker news and we're going to get up out of here. So take out this brief break and we'll be right back.
Good stuff, man.